Good day, my friends. Today we are here in a small program, a part of our basic program, alert, active, alive at the age of 100. We are all supposed to be, but we don't manage to be. This is where we need to understand how exactly to go ahead and reach that level where even at the age of 100, all of us can be absolutely fit and fine and alert and doing our best and enjoying our life. So, and today's program is basically, let's look at how do we conquer our subconscious mind, because everything depends upon the subconscious mind. Before we start with the program, let's invoke Lord Ganesha's blessings, and then we light the lamp for us, and then we'll proceed with the program. And I'm here for full 3 hours with you. Okay.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Okay, let's start our day today. I just want you to have a look at this small video. This is yesterday's video. You can identify the person. Yes, this is our Hema Malini. 71 years old today, and look at her. If she can be like this, all of us can be. Look at this. Her mind, and her body, physically, psychologically, is in tune. And it's only when she has learned this tuning of her body, that's her energy flowing in synchrony with the energy of the whole universe. And that is why you find her at this stage. That is why you find her in a situation where she is able to perform her you can see the synchrony of each of her muscle, each of her movements, the eyes, then muscle, everything in synchrony. And that's exactly what I want you to learn today. The synchrony of our life. Okay, let's go into and if Hema Malini can do it, she is not an exceptional, she is not something extraordinary. She has been one of a better human being, definitely. And if she can do it, all of you can 100% do it. All that you got to learn is how exactly we do it. And today we know the science behind it, and what we have to do is learn that science. And if we learn that science, rest of us shouldn't be very difficult for us to do. So the purpose of our today is how to live without a disease. That's the first purpose. We must not allow a disease to touch us. And of course the second purpose is how to conquer my disease. If at all I get a disease, how do I conquer it? Let me make you understand the definition of health as first. You know, till 1948, health was equal to absence of a disease. In 1948, WHO came with the definition which says the health is not just an absence of a disease or an infirmity, but it's a well-being of your physical, psychological, mental and social status. This was what was given by WHO at that time. And in 1948, none of us understood the energy of the body. None of us understood how our body is made up of, which is so very clear for us today. And today, obviously, we need to change this definition. And the definition that I put it, this is my approach towards the definition of what is health. For the health is not just an absence of a disease or infirmity. It is a well-being of every function of your body. Maybe a physical function, physiological function, psychological function, social function, as well as economic function. If I am not financially sound enough to sustain myself, I can't be healthy. All of us have to work for that. It's a balance of you as a bunch of all these functions vis-a-vis the universe. We are not different from the universe. It's a smooth play of your energy with the energy of the universe. And once you create this balance with your universe, your spirit, your energy will start vibrating in tune with that of the whole universe, wherever you are, whenever you are. Obviously, your body will be full of pleasure and joy, the ultimate joy that we want. This, my friend, to me, is a healthy body, and it's not at all difficult for us to obtain this. All that we got to know is understand and then follow the principles. Many times people ask me to talk about my story, and I don't think I'm going to waste my time onto that. I was born with two defective hearts, and I was supposed to be dead before the age of 30, and you can still see me till now here. Okay, now our purpose today is how do we conquer our subconscious mind. Okay, now if you look at, you know your mind now. You know your body, you know the brain, and you know there is, all of us know today, we have a mind, and everything is functioned by what is the mind. Okay? Now, and today we understand mind pretty well scientifically. And what is our mind? Okay? Our body is made up of 50 trillion cells. And each cell is an individual. Each cell is an individual. It has got its own nervous system, circulatory system, and your digestive system, excretory system, and everything. Every cell is an individual by itself. And we are a colony of 50 trillion cells. And inside our body, there are another 300 trillion cells, trillion bacteria, fungi, and viruses living in harmony. So we are living in harmony with so many people with us together. It's like living in a big, today you stay in a big residential complexes, gated complexes. There are 400, 500 flats and 400, 500 families living together in synchrony. Okay, and then you have the administration, you have the government of the complex itself. This is how we are living together, and we find how nice it is to live with so many people together rather than having an individual house and being together. When you have an individual house, everything has to be done individually. When you stay in a colony, a lot of things can be done together. Okay, and your whole body today is controlled by your brain. And your whole brain today is controlled by your mind. So brain for us is a small thing. Let's go to the stage of our mind. Now where is the mind? Okay? Every cell has its own mind. So mind is there in every cell. Okay? And when we talk about mind, let's analyze mind first. Okay? So this is our mind. So this is like you have your brain. This is my brain inside this. Okay. Say this is the whole mind that you have. Out of this, just 5 to 6% is your conscious mind. Now we are sitting with our conscious mind. We are sitting together, talking with each other, and using our intelligence, and this is our conscious mind. We are trying to study something that all happens with our conscious mind. And this rest 95% to 94% is subconscious mind. You can also use the word unconscious mind. Both words are same. Many times people ask me, what is subconscious or unconscious mind? These are same words. Now look at this. This is the mind which is going to govern your body. This is the mind which is going to govern your functions for the rest of your whole life. Right from the beginning of life to the end of your life. This is what is going to govern you. And if you do not understand this, we are like a haywire. We just don't know what we are doing. And today, our basic intention has to be understanding our mind well. And if we understand our mind well, rest is simple. Now, if you look at conscious mind, say, in a second, can analyze, say, 40 impulses. While a subconscious mind, in a second, can analyze 40 million impulses. Like your computer, it picks up a particular pixels or particular impulses, particular informations. Okay? If your conscious mind can pick up 40 messages in a second, your subconscious mind picks up 40 million impulses per second. So your subconscious mind is 40 million times stronger than your conscious mind. Okay? Now if you want to master, now what do you want to master? You want to master your subconscious mind. Okay? This is not the only thing. So this is 40 million times stronger, and it occupies 95% of your whole mind together. 95%. So which is more strong? Your conscious mind, between your conscious and subconscious mind, your subconscious mind is 40 million times stronger than your conscious mind. Okay? Now what are the functions of this mind? And you have both the minds. So what happens is, let's see, now whatever we are doing now is a part of a conscious part of the mind. But the subconscious mind, we are not working at this stage with the subconscious mind directly. What is subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind has been already developed inside you right from the 6 weeks of you being in your mother's womb to the level to the 7 years of your life. After that, your subconscious mind stops developing, then it stays as a cassette. It stays as a tape recorder, and it is recorded and kept inside, and the tape recorder is playing constantly. Now we are talking with each other, with our conscious mind. But behind that, this tape recorder is playing. Whatever has been printed on this tape recorder, say right at that time, before the age of 7, is playing, and it is 40 million times stronger than what we are doing consciously now. So this is how somebody develops a particular attitude, you can't change. Somebody develops a particular nature, you can't change. Somebody develops a particular habits or something, and you can't change. Okay, because they are created by the subconscious mind, not by your conscious mind. Okay, conscious mind can learn now, but I talk to you, give you something very nice, you are highly motivated, you go home, I will do this. For one day you do it, second day you do it, third day you just go back to your subconscious mind. Third day you are back to your normal self. And nowhere you find, there are so many satsangs. What is satsang? These are the good lectures some people, some enlightened people give you. Okay, at the end of it you are highly motivated. I will go and do all these things at my home and will lead a good life. But behind your the cassette in your mind, in your subconscious mind, is different. You do it for a day, so second day, by third day this is taken over. You are back to what you were. You are back to your original habits. You are back to your original self. Okay, so can you change your life? So you can't change your life unless you rewrite the cassette in your subconscious mind. You have to rewrite the cassette. If at all you need to change in your life, if at all from a backbencher you want to become a front bencher, you have to change this cassette. If at all from a very from a low quality you want to become a very superior human being, you need to change this cassette. And today, yes, we do understand how we change this cassette. And that's exactly what I want you to learn today. How do we change this cassette? How do we rewrite what is there in our subconscious mind and manage to do whatever we want in our life? Alright? So this is your mind, subconscious mind. So if you need to change the habit, you need to create a change in your subconscious mind. Okay? Your conscious mind is a creative mind. We are creating, we are trying to learn something, we are trying to do something, we are trying to go ahead. But it's your subconscious mind which governs you, which governs your action, which governs your success, which governs where you will reach. And that is basically a habit mind. And this is what we need to change. How do I master my subconscious mind? Today, science is teaching us how do we master it, okay? Now, there are various ways of mastering your subconscious mind. One is hypnotherapy. Somebody can hypnotize you, and at that time the person, whoever hypnotizes you, can put whatever he wants in your mind. You have seen these hypnotism shows, na? He comes to you, hypnotizes you for some time, and makes you behave like a baby also. Okay? So this is one way of doing it, hypnotism. But if you have to completely change yourself, this has to be a very powerful and regular hypnotism. Besides this, you don't know what that person can do. He can do something good to you, he can do something bad to you also, okay? The second is deep meditation. You go and sit in Himalayas for years together doing nothing and meditate day in and day out. And you reach a stage where you can change what is created in your subconscious mind. And now there are a few more things which I'm going to tell you how normal people like us, we have all our activities going on, all our routine life goes on, and we are not going to change that. But still, it is possible for us to sit down and rewrite our subconscious mind. It is possible to rewrite whatever we want here. The first process is what is called visualization. Okay? And I'm going to show you how just visualization can make you a different person. Just simple visualization. What is visualization? Whatever activity you want to do, you are going to visualize that and then do it. Okay? I'll give you one or two exercises, and then I want you to go home and pick up any exercise that you want. Perform it first without visualization, re-perform it with visualization, and see what happens. Anything that you do will be much different with and without visualization. Okay? So let's all stand up. Okay. These are the three basic activities I keep on showing. Okay? Very, very simple. Let's stand up nicely on our feet, be relaxed. Okay? And we are going to perform one activity. We'll perform that activity first, and then we will visualize and do it little better again with our closed eye, and then after visualization we'll redo it and test ourselves. And we test ourselves so that you understand what is visualization to that level. Okay? Now, simple activity we are going to do. We are just going to take our hand forward. Okay? And slowly looking forward, we are going to turn it. This is say 0 degrees, and we are turning it at 90 degrees. Okay? And little more. This is 90. Little more, whatever you can. Another 10 degrees, 90, 100 degrees. Okay? Whatever you can. Okay? By looking forward, not looking forward. I'm just turning my hand. I'm looking forward. Okay? Alright? You see the angle where you're gone. Okay? Now put your hands down. And just relax. Close your eyes. Don't raise your hand. Don't do the activity now. Now close your eyes. Close your eyes and and in your imagination you do the same activities. Take that hand at 0 degrees. Don't do it. You imagine that you are doing it. You visualize that you are doing it. Just take it in front and then start turning. Slowly. You are turned to 90 degrees. Slowly you have gone further. Slowly turn. Little bit more. You are turned to 120 degrees. Still go behind. You have almost turned to 360 degrees. You have completely turned your hand to 360 degrees instead of initially 90 or 100 that you did. Okay? Now open your eyes. Okay? And now do the same activity back again and see how much can you do. Do it again, little more, 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 little more. Okay, now you tell me how many of you managed to do little more than what you did initially? Everybody, without any exception. Without any exception. Okay? Now let's take any activity. Let's do another activity. I've got 2-3 activities here. Let's do another activity. Okay? Let's touch and let's bend and touch ground. Okay? Just bend yourself and touch the ground, touch both your hands to the ground and see how much you can do it. Okay? See how much you can do it. Bas, enough. Okay? Now, stand up nicely. Close your eyes. Do the same activity better by visualizing. Visualize yourself that you are doing 20 times more than what you did before. Come. Okay? Bend slowly, slowly, bend forward, deep, down, touch your ground, touch more, touch your tips, touch your full hand, and you have touched much more than what you did before. Okay? Now open your eyes. Okay? And now do it again, and now do it physically again. Do it again. Do it again. Okay, that's enough. How many of you managed to do it little more than before? Everybody. Okay? What did you do? Simple visualization. Okay? Now let's do any complex exercise that you want to do, or I'll give you a complex exercise. Little more stronger. Okay? Everybody has a chalk. Okay? And you jump and make a mark. Keep your mark, huh? Don't forget your mark. Or just jump and make a mark. Okay? Each one of you see your mark. Alright? You have made your mark. Each one of you remember your mark. I want answers from you. Okay? Alright? Now, close your eyes. And just imagine that you are jumping 20 centimeters above that mark and making a second mark. In your visualization, you jump 20 centimeters above that mark. Okay? Now let's do that again. Now you go and jump 20 centimeters above. Now you tell me how many of you managed to go little above that mark. Okay? Everybody. Okay? So this is a very, it looks so simple. I am visualizing what I want to do. Unless you visualize what you want to do, let me tell you, you will never be able to achieve what you want to do. I want to do this. I want to start this project. And if you don't visualize that the project is existing there, you will always fail. Okay. You know our Milkha Singh, during his time, 1960, he was the fastest runner in the world. Come sit down now. Okay? You can try, take any activity and try it at home. Any activity. And try it at home yourself. I was telling you the story of Milkha Singh. 1960, Olympics was in Rome. He was the fastest runner in the world at that time. Okay? And the race started, and he knew that he was the fastest runner. So he started running, and he was ahead of everybody. A few steps before the tape, at that time there used to be tape, and you had to touch your chest to the tape, not your hand, your chest to the tape. When the tape is there and he's here, he's about to test, then he's cool, he's forgotten his gold medal. He's coolly looking at behind where his other runners are. By the time he looked at behind, 3 people crossed over. And he was the 4th. He did not at that time think, I have the gold medal in my hand. If he had to think it, he wouldn't have bothered about this. Gold medal would have been in his mind, and he would have been easily the first man to get the gold medal. He missed not even the gold, he missed all the medals in that Olympic. Otherwise, 1960 gold medal for running 400 meters would have been India's. Okay? You look at Pele, you know Pele, Messi, some of the topmost footballers in the world today. Pele was once interviewed. No? What happens to you when you are close to the goal? Any time, somewhere in the vicinity of the goal post, if Pele had to get a free ball to kick, he would always score. And he was asked, what is it that you never miss? Otherwise, you see our footballers, if a goal is there, they will hit, they will put over the goal bar. Okay? He was asked, what is it that makes you so accurate? You know what was the answer? He said, when I am about to score a goal, I don't look at football. I don't look at who is with me. I just look at where can I put that the ball, and I just shoot up, and the ball will go at that point. Whether it goes straight or whether it goes curved like this, but it will enter that. His mind makes the situation, this ball I have to put at that corner of the goal post. Goalkeeper is here, my ball will go to that corner, and the ball goes to that spot, that corner and that spot. Sometimes it goes straight, sometimes it curves. You know, he was very famous for that banana kick. He kicks it, it comes like this and enters the goal. What was his intention? He was only seeing the goal post. And you know the famous story of Arjuna looking in the water and trying to aim at that, okay? So what is important for us is visualization. Anything that you want to do, visualize. Tomorrow you want to give a good lecture. Visualize that lecture. Yes, I am here making a lecture. All that is important. So visualization is the number 1 clue to do what you want, and use it into anything and everything. Whether you are cooking in the house, whether you are studying for something, whether you are creating a project tomorrow, or whether you are having a competition, or whether you are into your examination, into anything that you do, visualize. In your cooking also, visualize, this is the dish I am making, this is going to be the taste of that. And then start doing it. You will be shocked to see how people enjoy what you have created. Okay? Now, the second point I want you to remember, once you visualize, I want to do this in my life. Okay? Second thing that you have to do, now I'm continuing this. Now I'm not giving you one go to say, okay, this is the way you do it, like hypnotism and deep meditation. Those things we can't afford to do. Okay? We can definitely visualize anything that we do, and then have that faith inside you. Create that faith. Yes, I can do this. I'm capable of doing this. Create that faith inside you. And once you create that faith, again you will not fail. What is faith? Say, for me, faith is, say, going out and doing something, going into a temple, doing a puja, I feel something else will happen. Faith is what? An ultimate decision or ultimate analysis or thought in your mind, which comes out of experience of so many things. Like a child is born in a particular religion. Okay, the parents keep on teaching the child, and the child later on develops a particular faith about that religion. Hindus will have a faith about Hindu religion. Muslims will have a different faith. Sikhs will have a different faith. You know, they're so much different. They're not same. So faith is not the truth. Faith is what you believe ultimately. You ask a sick person and take him into your temple, he'll get struggle there. You take a Catholic and taking him into your temple, he just don't know what is to be done. But both are praying, both have the same intention, both have the same results. So faith is something that we create ultimately. So you need to create that faith inside you, that whatever you have decided, yes, I am going to be standing first into my class. That is my faith. Whatever happens, end of it, I am going to be number one. And have you seen so many? I tell you my case also. Okay, right from first standard, second standard, third standard till your 11th standard. We had 11 standards at that time. I always had the habit of being first in the list. Okay, and I had many more students which were equally smarter, equally intelligent, or even more intelligent than me. But I had the visualization and I had the faith that I will be number one. So every time the result came, my name was always on top. Maybe by 1 mark, maybe by half mark, but it was always first. Because my mind said, I am the topper. And this is exactly what happens to your students also. Some of them believe we are the backbenchers, and they go and sit at the back. And they are always sit down with the similar feeling, I am the backbencher. And you find them always getting lesser and lesser marks. Okay? So the most important thing is to believe what you have created. Now when you believe, you create different feelings inside you. Feeling of happiness. If you are doing something positive, you create a feeling of happiness. If you are doing something happening negative, you have a feeling of unhappiness. Now what happens when the mind has given you the feeling, then compared to that, corresponding to that, your brain starts secreting various chemicals in your body. When you are happy, these are the hormones which are secreted inside your body. The dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, your estrogens, your progesterone, nitric oxide, and your endorphins. So these are the hormones which are secreted in your body when you are happy. Whatever is the cause of happiness. The moment you have a feeling, I am happy inside, you have a smile on your body, you are laughing, giggling, you are joking, you are embracing each other, you do all that sort of, you are playing with each other. These are the hormones that secrete at that time. But when you are unhappy, the same brain immediately starts secreting these hormones. Corticosteroids, adrenaline, noradrenaline. So what do these hormones do? They'll make your heart beat faster. They'll make your pulse go up. They'll make your heart beat erratic. They'll increase the stiffness of your arteries. And this is how slowly you get your hypertension or your diabetes and all other diseases, which you will call it as stress-induced diseases. Stress is what? Something that makes you feel not happy is stress. Something that makes you feel happy is de-stress, is eustress, is normal stress. Something that makes you feel unhappy is stress. Okay? So isn't it that difficult to be stressful and to be de-stressful? Is it that difficult? You just smile, your stress disappears because your body chemistry changes. You just frown, stay yourself in a frowning way, stay yourself in a jealous way, stay yourself in an angry way. You find your body reacts differently and secretes these chemicals or hormones which cause a harm to your body. Is it that simple? So simple. It is so simple to be happy, whatever is in your mind. Okay? Now, Here I want to teach you about something. Genetics, genes and your genes, okay? We all have a feeling, okay, that we are exactly what our genes are. This is absolutely not correct. Our last whole 19th century went with a feeling, with a thought, with an understanding. When I became a doctor, I learned so much about genetics. Such big books we have to study about genetics. Today, this century, 21st century, we do not give much importance to the genetics. We hardly have 1% of our diseases which are actually caused by genes. Rest 99% of the diseases are caused by the environment. Simple diseases like your Huntington's chorea, hemophilia, all those diseases are actually transmitted by the genes. Your diabetes, type 2 diabetes, whatever you call it, genetic, all of us have been talking about, is 100% not genetic. Your obesity is not genetic. Everybody in the family, you say, is fat, so it is there in our family. No, it is not induced through your genes. It is induced through your habits. It is induced through your environment. I'll give you one of the best, Bruce Lipton, one of the topmost cellular scientists in the world today, and he has made us change our thoughts in a different direction. Okay, what did he do? He worked in his laboratory. He took stem cells. Okay, he took just one stem cell, took it in his laboratory, took one stem cell in a petri dish, gave it some nutrition, and every 6 hours this cell was multiplying. 1 became 2, 2 became 4, 4 became 8. This way, in 3-4 days time, he had a few thousand cells in that petri dish. All cells had the same genetic material. Okay, so genetically all these cells were same. Okay, so what he then did was split them into 3 different petri dishes. Here he is supplied with nutrition which is different. So same cells, same genetic material in 3 petri dishes with different environment, with different nutrition, with different food. So what happened? At the end of 1 week, this became a muscle, this became a bone, and this became a fat cell. Now see what happens. Same genetic material, he was put into different environment, different feeding, different nutrition. They become totally different. So what makes you? Is it your gene or is it your environment? It is completely your environment makes or breaks you. Similar students coming from this, going into different colleges, you find them reaching at a different level depending upon the colleges that they go. A man going into an AIMS college, a youngster boy going into an AIMS college, AIMS will always be at a different level than many of our medical colleges here. So what matters in the name of growth or in the name of whatever disease you call it is your environment. We are all made up of our environment. We are not made up of our genetic. Genes is like a blueprint. Like you want to make a house, you make a blueprint first. And you take this blueprint, give it to 3 different builders. you will find all three different builders building a different house for you. Plan was same. So genes are our blueprint of our life. We can change ourselves the way we want. Don't ever blame your genes. Don't ever blame your parents. But you have to blame the way parents brought you up. Not by giving them, not through your genes. Genes is a blueprint. Okay? Here it was the same genetic material, put them into different atmosphere or different situations, they become different types of cells. This is how we grow stem cells today. Take the totipotent cells from our blood and put them into a different thing depending upon what organ you want to create. You want to create cornea, you give them different, same cell is given different nutrition. You want to create them a heart muscle or a fat cell, you create differently. Okay? So one thing is very sure, we are not exactly what our parents gave us during our genetic transfer. We are exactly the way we were brought up. And at what stage I told you, you create all your habits up to the age of 7. From 6 weeks inside mother's womb to the age of 7, the way your mother, your parents, or your environment has created you, that is what you are now. And if you want to change, you need to understand how to rewrite this cassette. Okay? So we have looked at one thing. Now just one slide I've kept here, looking at our brain. Our brain throws so many waves. You have ECG of your heart. You have EEG, electroencephalogram, for your brain study. And there are various waves, alpha, beta, gamma, delta waves. Okay? Alright? When the child, when you are sleeping, you are into delta stage. Okay? Last one, sound sleep, very slow waves, 0 to 4 hertz. You are into delta waves. When we are now we are studying something, we are basically into beta waves. Our brain will be mostly throwing beta waves. Now when you go home, you will start going back into alpha waves. Relaxing, put your book here, prepare yourself for the sleep. And when you sleep, you are into delta waves. Suppose you shout in between, you may be into gamma waves. Now in between there are these theta waves. While the child is mother's womb, till the age of 7, the child has only theta waves. The child does not have alpha, beta, gamma, delta waves. They have only theta waves. Only. So during this time, you have seen the child how fast it learns. It is 40 million times learning better than all of us during that period up to the age of 7. You can teach the children any language, they will learn 10-15 languages. They will learn, they will create their attitude, they will create their approach, they will create everything during this time. That's it. And that cassette player is playing inside all of us. And that is our behavior. That is our habit, whatever you call it, good or bad. And this is theta waves. Now, during our lifetime, if you are in deep meditation or in hypnotism, we can put the brain into theta waves. For a normal people like us, there are 2 occasions where the brain is for a very momentary time in theta waves. One is when we are sleeping, I am in alpha waves. I am about to sleep is alpha waves. Now alpha waves to delta, sleep is delta waves. Alpha waves to delta waves. There is a small gap of time wherein from alpha waves the brain goes into theta waves and then goes into delta waves. So whilst you are sleeping, there is a little time where your brain is in theta waves. And while you get up, early morning you get up, your eyes are, you just say, oh, I'm getting, but eyes are completely closed. That is the time you are coming from alpha wave, you are coming from delta waves into alpha waves. That is the time you have 10-15 minutes where your brain is in theta waves. So if at all you want to rewrite your subconscious mind cassette, these are the only 2 times we have to work. Rest of the time, whatever I tell you will never ever be able to wipe out your cassette of your subconsciousness. Okay, so remember these 2 times, and let's call them as twilight time. Anything you want to do better, you want to be rich, you want to be happy, you want to be healthy, you want to be strong, you want to be a dominant, you want to reach particular level, let it go inside your cassette at that time, either while you are sleeping or while you are getting up early in the morning. During sleeping, what you can do, you can make that mantra whichever you want, play it in your computer, put the earphones and keep on playing it as you go to sleep. So during that time, it will keep on reminding you, during that theta time, it will keep on reminding you, I want to be rich, I want to be this, I want to be that. And early in the morning, whatever you want to be, and early in the morning is almost in your hand. You know, I'm awake, I'm just getting awake, I can't get up. That is the time your brain is in theta waves. So you keep on chanting in your mind what you want to be at that time. Many times you have seen, you have something in your mind, at that time you can see it, and you find the same thing happening in your life. That's why what old sayings were there. If you dream early in the morning, at your twilight time, that same thing will happen in your life. It is not that same thing is happening, just happening. It was there in your mind and you were making it and you are rewriting it on your subconscious mind. If you rewrite on your subconscious mind, it has to happen in your life. Okay? So this, remember this little time. You've got it? You are with me here? This little time when you are about to sleep and when you are about to get up. These are the only 2 occasions where you can utilize to change yourself the way you want to be. Okay? Okay. Now let's see. Let's come to a little different situation. What is this? Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhi Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiya Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiya Matru Mutatta. This is your Maha Mrityunjay Jap. And Hindus, all Hindu houses, somebody must be saying this or doing this each time. Somebody is sick, what do? We catch hold of a bhadji and tell him, you say this mantra 1 lakh time, take this 50,000. Okay? We all do, all of us are doing that. Mahamrityunjay Jap. What is the meaning of this? Does anybody know the meaning of this? And if you don't know the meaning of what you are doing, can you achieve that? It's an absolute foolishness that we are doing. We are wasting our money for zero result. When somebody is sick, it is said that if you keep on saying this mantra 1 lakh time, that man will become all right. How will it be? How will he become all right? He just cannot. It only means, we worship Lord Shiva, who is 3-eyed, who is our nurturer. We pray him to give us liberation from bondages of death in the same way as cucumber gets plucked very easily from its root. That means you are telling and praying with Lord Shiva, don't make me die prematurely, take me away when I am I have completed my complete life tenure. This is all that it means. See, getting it said from a bhadji is of any use to you? We do hell lot of such nonsenses with the belief that this, you do this, this will happen. You do this, this will happen. Yes, it will happen if you know to do it correctly. It will happen. It has been happening at that time when people understood Sanskrit. People understood the meaning of Sanskrit. Today we do not understand the meaning of Sanskrit, and we keep on saying that. We keep on take our mala and keep on saying japs, where we have not understood anything about that jap. We have not understood anything that we repeat. So it is of no use to us. Okay? Yes, repetition is important. First we thought visualization. Then we went to the stage of, second stage was faith, belief. And third, we come to the stage of repetition. All of us have been taught in our childhood. What have we have been taught? Say Sri Ganesha. Or some people will give you A, B, C, D. Okay? At that age we are taught this Sri Ganesha. At the age of 3 or 4 years. At our twilight time. At our theta stage. We keep on writing A, B, C, D. Sri Ganesha. Has anybody after that ever taught you Sri Ganesha? Because that is already put inside your subconscious mind. In Goa, you take a Catholic boy. He is taught A, B, C, D. Ask him to write Sri Ganesha. He believes I don't know, I can't do it. Ask him to go into a Marathi class or a Hindi class. He can't do it. Because his mind says he can't do it. Everyone is same. Everyone has been given the same brain, same mind and the same school. But there his environment at home says that I can't do it. Okay? So, repetition, what the boy does, just keeps on repeating even without understanding it. So what happens? This repetition puts it completely on his subconscious mind. And then you don't have to ever teach him again. So learning of a child, it happens here. The first thing, it is very, very fast. Learning of a child is fast because the child is in theta stage, okay? And up to this stage, up to 7 years, the child learns through its subconscious mind, and that everything has been put inside their mind. Okay? Now especially this, I want a very clear advice to all of you. You will be having your children, and some of you are already having your children. Okay? During this time, while the child is in your womb, till the stage of 7 months, just remember, whatever you do will be the character of that child. Shivaji made a simple child into Shivaji at that time. His mother. Okay, what's his mother's name? Jizabai. Jizabai made Shivaji during that time. After that he knew nothing. He had to go and attack somebody. If there are 20 people, he never bothered whether there were 20 people could kill him. He only knew he will go and kill all the 20 people. His subconscious mind told him he will go there and kill all 20 and come back. His subconscious mind told him he will go into the jail and run away from the jail also. Nobody taught him all these plans. But his subconscious mind said, I am going to do it. Okay? So this is the most important thing at that time for you to do with your kids. Don't shout at them, don't fire at them, don't frighten them, don't create jealousy in their mind, don't talk. And how does a child learn? Child does not learn by you telling your child something. Child learns by you creating, looking at, by understanding your vibrations, what are there inside you, the child learns. If you are happy, the child knows you are happy. If you are worried, child knows you are worried. You don't, we'll say, okay, we'll not talk these things when the child is there, we will talk these things outside the child. No. Anything that we create those waves from us. Okay, let's come to the human waves later on. And the child learns from that. Child learns from seeing. Child learns from touching. Child learns from understanding these electronic waves that you create around you. Child learns your thought. If I'm thinking something, I am sending that thought out. My thought does not remain in my mind. The thought goes out, like the way your electricity travels, like the way your sound travels, like the way light travels. It also travels in a wave and in a straight line. Okay? So remember, your child knows everything that about what you are thinking about him, or what is your character. And this child gets it easily transplanted into itself. That's why you see the child becoming like mother or like father. Genetically, they are not same. My genes are my parents' genes combined together. My child has my gene and my wife's gene combined together. So all these genes are totally different. Genetically, the child is not like me. It has got different genes. But it can behave like me because it is affected by the environment in which it is grown. I want to teach you something more. So these are the 3 activities we do every day, every time, and the best time for them is your twilight time, while you go to sleep and just before you get up. Don't bring any bad thoughts inside your mind at that time. If you bring the thoughts of jealousy, anger, fright in your mind during this time, you'll find yourself, you get up with sweat. Why? There's a lot of adrenaline, noradrenaline inside your body. Because you have the whole day you have had some anxiety, and as you get up, your theta waves are giving out anxiety. And your brain is then manufacturing adrenaline, noradrenaline and corticosteroids and throwing it in your blood. And then suddenly you find yourself, you get up early in the morning with a sweat. You go to sleep and you get up in the middle of the sleep with sweating. It's not heart attack. It is your adrenaline, noradrenaline inside your system. It is you are you anxious person? Are you a relaxed, happy person? Or are you a jealous person? Or are you angry person? All those sort of things which are inside you. Okay? So even if you want to study yourself how well your sleep is. So today what we try to do is, we try to alter the sleep by a drug called melatonin. And with that, many times we've seen use melatonin and we put the brain into a little better physiological type of sleep. So it does not become too much anxious. Okay? Now let's come to a very important thing, the breathing. All of you must be doing so many types of breathing. What do you call them? Breathing exercise is a pranayama. There are 100 type of pranayams. Okay? Yes, if your breathing is regular, your body also gets easily synchronized. Okay? And breathing is also called as prana, the real body inside you. That is exactly what happens to you. Okay? Now, you can do all those pranayams. Okay? Each one of them has some benefit to you, has a lot of benefit to you. Here today I want to teach you a very special sort of a breathing technique, and I call it as a power breathing. Okay? This has been actually generated by Hoff, okay, by not even a scientist, by a man called Hoff. Okay? And we have studied this completely, what happens during that time. Totally studied this. In your body, what happens. And the breathing is very, very simple. Okay? First, you take as big breath as possible. So what you do is, you take in more air, so you take in more oxygen. Okay? And then you relieve it out. Okay? And do it it's usually calculated to be done at say 30 times, so that you have little more oxygen in your blood. Now I am looking at your blood straight. So your blood has more oxygen. When your blood has more oxygen and less of carbon dioxide, So you throw out carbon dioxide more, less of carbon dioxide, your blood gets mildly alkalinized. What is the normal pH of blood? 7.40. If you make it 7.42, the blood is slightly alkaline. At that stage, what happens to your immune system? The immune system looks at your blood. Blood which is neutral has slightly become alkaline. Something has gone wrong inside the system. So your whole immune system, your innate, non-innate, your cellular system, complete immune. What is the immune system? Immune system is the defense system of your body. Like for India, we have army, we have navy, we have air force. So also there are various types of defense system inside the body. Just antibodies to your virus is not your whole defense system. Okay, you have innate defense system, you have acquired immune system. And it is cellular system as well as your antibodies. So it is not just antibodies. Now we find, okay, I've got COVID but there are no antibodies. No, you will still not get COVID because you will have the cellular system which is developed, and this immunity will be there stored in your bone marrow. So tomorrow if you get that organisms, if you get that virus, it will be taken care of. Don't worry too much about it, okay? So the first thing what happens is your body becomes partially alkaline. So the whole immune system gets up. Something is wrong with the body. And it starts searching everywhere. It activates everybody and it starts searching everybody. And you know, this is what you have created. There is no disease inside it. After some time, in a few minutes, it then settles back to normal. But what has happened? In the bargain, you have stimulated your immune system, you have made it more alert. It's like you have that Rangin Talim, okay? Your dress rehearsal. Just before you perform tomorrow, you will actually wear your proper dress and do a rehearsal. This is exactly what happens. And if you are constantly doing this regularly, over a period of time, your immune system becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay? This is one that happens. So, if I take breathing, say 30 times, deep breath, these have been calculated. Don't overdo it, don't underdo it. You won't have that much of an effect. So 30 times you do it and it has been calculated. Then what happens? Then you stop breathing. Say for a minute. You can easily stop breathing for a minute. All of us can stop. Nothing will happen. So you stop breathing for a minute. At that time what happens? CO2 builds up in your blood. Okay? CO2 is carbon dioxide. Okay? So first step, you have stimulated your immune system. You got more oxygen in your system when you are doing the deep breathing. The second step is you stop. At this time, carbon dioxide builds up in your blood. So the blood that goes to, say, heart muscle has little more carbon dioxide inside it. Now what happens? You have your heart. So this is your right coronary artery, this is your left main, this is your circumflex, and this is your left descending arteries. And these arteries, they are connected to each other through branches. And as you grow in years, you have an attitude of creating a number of collaterals. Suppose this gets blocked here, this can create collaterals. If there are collaterals here, you will not get an heart attack. Okay? So the moment the arteries see a little rise in carbon dioxide, they start creating collaterals. Okay? So now what has happened, I have taken deep breath and I have activated the whole immune system. I have more oxygen there available at the cellular level, but now suddenly I give it little more carbon dioxide. So with this carbon dioxide, the artery starts opening up. More collaterals start getting developed. And with this more collateral, now this process of creating more collaterals is supported by your immune system and more oxygen in your blood. Okay? So by increasing CO2, you are allowing more collaterals to be built up. These are new arteries to be created inside. They are there inside. They start opening up. At that time, if you supply the right nutrition to it, the process of creating collaterals is going to be much better. Right? Are you with me here? This is exactly what is going to happen. And if you do this regularly, you will keep your immune system absolutely alert. You will keep your cell full of oxygen, and you will keep on increasing your collaterals. And tomorrow if I get a heart attack, if I have a lot of collaterals, my cardiac muscle will not die. So I will have a block, but I will not have a heart attack. And many times we say, there are two types of blocks that we say. One is called acute block, and one is called as a chronic slowly developing block. These blocks are good for your heart, these blocks are bad for your heart. Okay? It is this block which needs a stent. This block should not be given a stent. And we today do not differentiate between these two. Once we find a block, we put a stent inside and get out. And then lots of wrong things keep on happening. Okay? So let's do this. Can I help you in doing that? So let's actually do this power breathing. Okay? Sit down nicely. You can sit down on the ground also. Now, whilst we do it, you can do it in any position. It is not necessary that you have to sit into this position. Okay? You can do it lying down on the bed. You can do it sitting on a chair. You can just do it sitting on a coach. Whichever way you are, the whole thing will take you about 10 minutes bus. Okay? So, but if you cross your legs like this, what happens? Now this side, the right side of the body is controlled by the left side of the brain. And the left side of the body is controlled by the other side of the brain. Okay? Now what happens is the right side of the brain is more into emotional things, while the left side of the brain is more into calculative things. It will calculate, no, this is only this much of distance, but this will say this is good or this is bad. So these two, all your emotions, love and acceptance, and your calculations don't run together. When you put yourself into this position, now the left side of the brain is controlling this part as well as this part which is gone on this side, and the right side of the brain controls this side. So in this position, both the hemispheres of your brain coordinate, and they work in synchrony, and this will produce a synchrony in your own life if you keep on doing it very, very regularly. Okay? So this is the best position. You can even put a position like this. Many times you are seen, you are tired, you go home, just go on your couch and sit like this. No? And instantly, if you notice, you will be feeling relaxed. While if you go and sit on a stool like this, you will not be as relaxed as otherwise. So this position that we have devised is the best position, but for this you can take any position, it does not matter. This position will give you little better synchrony and better effect. Okay? So let's do this. So first is 30 times deepest possible. 30 times. How do you count this? So you don't waste your time and put your mind on counting it. The counting should also happen subconsciously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Once from this hand you have gone to this hand and come back to this hand, 30 times have exactly happened. These have been scientifically calculated as to what exactly happens to your blood. Okay, so 30 times, every time you take a breath in, you flex your fingers like this, and then open them up. Then you go on the second hand, open them up, and come back to this. Once you opened up, 30 times, you have had a 30 breathing 30 times. Okay, once you have this, then take a deep breath and hold on. And easily around 1 minute we can hold it on. So for 1 minute you hold it on as it is. And you see, and you have your feelings at that time. When I said when you are holding the breath, your collaterals are increasing, not just in your heart, in your brain, in your kidney, in your lungs, everywhere. And you can see this if you really calm down yourself and try and see, you can see it as a congestion in your head. This is where you can appreciate it. You can't appreciate it what happens inside the kidneys, nah? But here you can appreciate at the end of 1 minute, you will see that congestion. That means a lot of collaterals have opened up. More blood has moved into your brain and into your head. Alright? So let's do it. Okay? Minute, you can touch something and sit at the back like this. That is your best. So let's start doing it. Close your eyes completely. Okay, and just be relaxed. And count. See the way you are taking. Take it completely. Time doesn't matter how fast you do it. You can do it any way you want. Deep. Three. Just expand your chest as much as you can. Then use your fingers to count, or you're on the other hand. Flex one finger nicely and count it. So you don't have to count it yourself. Now you're back on your left hand. Flex one finger completely. Twenty-seven, 28, 29, 30 in and out. Then take a deep breath now. You can relax for some time if you want. Take a deep breath. And hold it. Just hold it. For 1 full minute. or initially as long as you can do. Just hold there and see the feelings that come inside your body. After half a minute, see what happens to your head. How warm your arms are. See how congested your head is. Small capillaries are forcing themselves to open up. They are existing in the body, but now they are forcing themselves to open up. Then slowly give it up. Whilst taking up, take it only from the nose, and whilst giving up, you can give it up from the mouth also or nose also. Okay, now let's do it a second time. This same activity to be repeated 3 times. Okay, slowly put your hands on the eyes and slowly open your eyes. Don't suddenly open your eyes to a bright atmosphere. Outside it is very bright here. Keep on doing this. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the night, twice a day. Just this one activity could be enough for you to change your whole physiological body inside. So very simple. Whatever you are doing, keep on doing it. Okay? So now, let me tell you what is a normal breath. You can sit any way you want. Okay? Whichever way you are comfortable. Just be comfortable. Okay? What is a normal breathing? We just breathe any way we want. We don't even see. We don't even know what is a normal breathing. Okay? See, what is organ for breathing is nose, not your mouth. Mouth is for talking and for eating. Breathing function is given only to your nose. So there are small holes through which the lot of air enters. You take in airs. And as it enters, you have nasopharynx inside, which is a big area. That air spreads over that area. So whatever is the dirt which is there in the air, whatever are the particles which are there in the air, they get stuck there. And the air that moves further will be much purer air. While if you breathe from your mouth, it is straight inside your trachea. And you know what are the things which are there in the air. Sometimes you can see a nice beam of light and you see the particles floating in the air. There are so many impurities in the air. All these impurities will get stuck here. If you breathe through your mouth, let me tell you, you have mouth breathers die much earlier than non-mouth breathers. Die much earlier. Okay? Very clear about it. So many problems are there. Okay? So the air spreads over this area. And there are glands there secreting nitric oxide. So as the air moves further into your lung, here is your air filtered and purified and mixed up with nitric oxide. You have your air coming in. This is your trachea, which divides into various bronchi and bronchioles, and finally the alveolus. Okay, this is a single cell layer, and the air comes in from this. So here there is oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, and the next to it is your capillary. This is the surface of the alveolus. This is the surface of capillary. Oxygen goes from here to here. Carbon dioxide comes from here to here. This is exactly what is happening when you are breathing. Okay. Now, what does first of all, you have filtered a lot of impurities from the air. With nitrous oxide, this artery becomes big. this space, there is a gap in that alveolus. This becomes big. So what happens? Oxygen can come out into the blood very easily and flow easily. Carbon dioxide can come back into this very easily and flow out easily. So we have been built up with a system, respiratory system, with this nitric oxide coming out along with that, so that easily oxygen can diffuse inside our blood and CO2 can easily come out. When you are breathing from your mouth, you are missing this whole natural mechanism which is given to you. Okay? The first principle in breathing is breathing only through the nose. Second principle is breathing as deep as you can. Develop that attitude to expand your chest. Normally what we do, when we are breathing like this, we are only taking 500 ml of oxygen inside. And when you are breathing deeply, like this breathing that you did, this power breathing that you did, you are taking 1500 ml of air. You have a capacity to take that much of air inside and that much of oxygen inside. And if you keep on doing that, and if you keep on breathing correctly, what will happen to your body? Your body always has to be good, isn't it? So one thing is normal breathing is breathing from the nose and as deep as you can by expanding your chest by using diaphragm. Diaphragm is the muscle of breathing. You have to move the diaphragm down and as slow as possible. See, all this process, oxygen going from here into the lung and diffusing into the blood, takes time. So when you breathe in, you have to give it a time. So breathe as slow as possible. So there are three principles in a normal breathing. First principle is, just remember these three. Deep nose, breathe from the nose. Second principle is breathe as deep as you can. And third principle is breathe as slow as you can. This is your normal breathing. What is snoring? When you breathe from the nose, you are not snoring. Snoring, you are breathing from your mouth. This glottis falls down. And you have the sound air going through a narrow space. So what happens when it goes through a narrow space? It creates noise. You know, your whistle. You push in more air through a small hole, it gives you noise. You whistle. Okay? Okay, and when more air goes through a narrow opening, it creates noise. So also here you hear ronca and crepitations, okay, in your chest. That is more air going through a narrow space. So in the night, this falls down and you are breathing from your snoring, or what we call it as a sleep apnea, is a big disease today. And it gives you, your chances of developing obesity is high, or your chances of developing CO2 narcosis is high, your chances of developing diabetes is high, your chances of developing hypertension is high. All diseases are 10-20 times more common than people who are nose breathers. So make it a habit to breathe through the nose as much as possible. Okay, and all your other pranayams and all will definitely help you in lot of ways. Okay, so this is about your power breathing. This is about your normal breathing. How normally you should breathe. Always learn to keep your mouth closed and breathe. And twice a day at least. Just do it twice a day, not more than that. What will it do? During that time, your blood becomes slightly alkaline, and then it has its advantages. And your immune system gets stimulated and your collaterals start building up. Did you, anybody of you felt the congestion in your head? Not as yet, okay? So they are not opening up as yet, okay? Keep on doing it. During that time you feel that congestion, then you know. your collaterals are building up everywhere. Okay, today for all our heart problems today we work on collaterals. We don't want everybody to get a stent. No, we increase their develop their collaterals and prevent them from going into heart attacks. Okay, so this is about power breathing. What about the sinuses? See, what is sinus? Now you have such a big, your brain needs to be protected. So God has created the skull for you. Okay, and if you create skull is of hard bone, such a big skull. If I make these skulls hard, weight of the skull will be so much, 3-4, more than 4-5 kilo. So what God has created, He made this skull into spaces inside. Pokorkala. Ganpati idol, how is it built? Okay, inside it is empty, and outside it is so that it is not too heavy. So the skull is done in such a way that you have spaces here, spaces here, spaces here, air spaces. They are connected to the nasopharynx. So when the air goes inside the sinuses, cleans the sinuses and comes out. Like the way air goes inside your lung, it also goes into the sinuses. When you have your breathing coming anyway, an infection here, that infection can enter the sinuses. And when it enters the sinuses, you get sinusitis. And then you get the pain here, heaviness here, headaches here. Okay, that is because of sinus. You have frontal sinuses, sphenoidal sinuses, then you have maxillary sinuses. All both sides you have various cavities, so that the hair, your whole head, which is made up of hard bone, is made light. Okay. Okay. Now let me go to another thing called energy healing or energy. Okay. What are we all made up of? If I take up this chair and keep on slicing it, making smaller and smaller and smaller particles, what is the last particle that I will be making? Is an atom. Okay? Alright? So what is an atom? Okay? So I take a particle from this, anything. Final particle will be the atom. Okay? If I make a particle of mine, take my nail and keep on dissecting to its final particle, again what I get is again an atom. Okay? So this is an atom from the chair, and this is an atom from human body. What is an atom? You have protons and neutrons along with 1 or 2 or 3 electrons are moving, and they are constantly moving. Even if I remove an atom from this chair which looks to be stagnated and dissect it into atom, you have the same protons and neutrons, and the electrons are moving. You can see them moving under your electronic microscope. And today on a microscope we can see one particle to the raise to 21%. Okay, we can see such a tip of this so huge. You can actually see the hydrogen ions, oxygen ions moving inside the air with spaces in between under our microscope today. So this you are able to see under microscope, this you are able to see under microscope. Okay, both are finally the same atom. Say this is an atom of, say, oxygen. It will have four electrons, na? So in my body this is an atom of oxygen, 4 electrons. Okay, the atoms are similar. Now what is the difference between this and this? Microscope will show you exactly the same atom of oxygen. Microscope will show you exactly the same atom of oxygen, and this electron, mind you, is moving at the same speed. So what is the difference between these two? The difference that is there in these two is something called as a consciousness. has no consciousness inside this. This has consciousness inside this. And what is this consciousness? Is what you call pran. Is what you call jiv. Kokanin jiv asataka. Prana sabute. Okay? And this is exactly the difference between a life and a dead person. The moment somebody is dead, you don't call him by that name, you call a body of so and so. So this difference happens in no time. So everything around, if something is moving, it is energy, isn't it? Okay? Whether it's a dead wood or whether it's a live person, it is energy. Okay? And now see how the whole universe controls the energy. Please concentrate for just next 2 minutes. You see this atom. This is protons and neutrons along with the electrons are moving. You take your moon. This is your earth. This is your moon. Keeps on moving around the earth in a particular axis at a particular date. You know, after 10 years at this time, let's say on October 9th, after 10 years you can calculate where that moon will be. If that moon misses that axis and gets out here, it will be burnt out in a minute. In fact, in seconds. If this electron just goes out here, what we do, it goes out here and then we bring it back here, and the energy it gives is X-ray. How do you produce X-ray? Take this electron out and bring it back. And then what you get is X-ray. Such a powerful energy. If I can fuse this electron with the neutron, I create an atom bomb. Okay? So much it's just playing with energy. It's all energy around us. So we are not a solid body. We are a bomb of energy or a ball of energy, which is constantly moving. Every atom in our body is moving. It is not solid like this. It's all if you dissect it out, you can get a lot of spaces in between, lot of empty spaces in between. Alright? So now you're in the moon and the earth. Now you take the earth. This same earth, this is the sun. It moves round the sun. Okay? Now this, what happens to the sun? Sun takes its whole solar system. Everybody is moving around, and it moves in a galaxy. Galaxy may be millions of suns there, or millions of solar systems. And then how many such galaxies are there in our universe? We don't know how many millions. Okay? So if you look at the whole thing, everybody has been bound with a particular energy. We call it centrifugal forces, centripetal forces, or some other forces. So we are all bound to each other with this energy. Until the time we are right into that orbit, transmitting the energy perfectly, we are healthy. So when I am there, there are two ways I am throwing out this energy. Okay? There are basically two ways. Okay. Now before that, this is okay. You have understood how do I say we are just a source of energy, just a ball of energy. Okay. Now how do I transmit my energy to the others? One is I have a brain here, then you have nerves here, and the electricity or current is generated here, then it goes along the nerves to the body and does the functions it is supposed to be doing. This is one way. Second way, I also transmit directly. My energy goes directly. When I think, I am generating a thought, I am generating an energy, and it is transmitted to the world directly. Okay, so the first thing you have to realize that I am not a solid body. This is the illusion that is created in your eyes by looking at me. There are so many things around me which you don't tend to see. Energy, many times we never knew how to see the energy. Okay, and today, first thing before I go for a discussion, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how you can appreciate this energy. Okay, and once you know, then subsequently you will be able to move yourself in a much better way. Now look at this picture here. There is an enlightened man there, call him saint or anybody or God or anybody. Okay, around him there is a halo. And in the rest of the people, they have not shown the halo. This is a completely wrong picture. All of us have the halo around us. All of us. Okay? And today I want you to see your own halo, or see each other's halo, and feel how you are. You are not into this position. You are actually, all of us are into this position. Okay? Shall we do it? Practically, let's see. Okay. Now, I'm taking you to see an energy which is very of low intensity. You know your dog. You should give him something and he can smell where that man has gone. Okay? Because he can feel it, but we cannot feel it. A dog can hear ultrasound. We don't hear ultrasound, but we know ultrasound exists. Okay? So also this is a much smaller energy. Okay? For that, let's put our brain to a little more relaxed way to appreciate that smaller energy. So if you are seeing it through an agitated mind, you will not be able to see it. Just close down your eyes, okay, and just cool down your brain that you want to see, visualize that you want to see this energy. First visualize. The moment you visualize it, you will be in a better position to see it. Your output is going to be much better. Okay? Just tell yourself, I want to see this energy around my head. Okay? Just do it for a minute. Just put down the brain into lower frequencies, so that you are going to appreciate something which you have still not seen it. Okay? Now come, all of you come here. Looking there, put your mind into lower energy. Okay? Now just see behind. He is there. Just touch will be better. Okay? Just try and see the same halo around us. In fact, it is there around the whole body. If you can't see, again close your eyes, put your mind down slowly, and then try to see it. Visualize and then try to see it. Exactly the same halo you should be able to see. Can you see? I can see everybody's halo. All of you have it. On a white background, you can see it better because you have not seen it. I want your eyes to be tuned to see that. And once you are tuned to see that, then you can see anybody. As a patient walks in, I see his halo, I can, no, there is no halo here, this area is blank, I know this side is not working properly. So easily you are able to see yourself. Once you learn to see, now once you have seen it once, then you will know what energy is and what exactly you are made up of. All of you can see? Now you try and come yourself and see. You exchange yourself 50-50 this side and see amongst yourself. See how beautiful it is, okay? So much. You can see it around the whole body. Absolutely like a light coming out, exactly like this picture. Now you exchange. Come, you try and see. You'll see? Okay. Once you see, then you will start seeing it with everybody. The more time I get, I can show you more and better directions, okay? If you want to see your own hello, go in front of your mirror in the house and see that the best is in your bathroom. Okay? You only see that your wall behind is white initially. See how is madam? She has no hello? Is this the correct picture? So powerful. See the way it moves. Okay? So this is I would say a correct slide. Okay? You are not a solid body. You are this energy. Solid body is what we visualize or what we picturize inside us. While you are actually a simple energy. When this energy, when we are interacting, my energy is interacting with this, my energy is interacting with him, my energy is interacting with you. Okay? You can feel it yourself. I'm here for some time, you see what happens. Close your eyes and see what happens. Then I go. You can realize yourself that I'm already gone. Okay? So all of us in the whole universe interact with each other. You can ask seniors whose children are abroad. Something happens to the child and the mother here knows something is wrong with my child, and vice versa. And vice versa. Because you are in constant touch with each other through your energy. Okay? You have seen your horoscope man, okay? Lot of people read your horoscope so beautifully, okay? How does he read it? He'll say, your planets are in such situation, that is why you are suffering today, or that is why you are doing better today, or you will get your child in this particular years, or you will get married at this particular time. He is able to tell you that. Why? And you find, you are surprised to see it happens correctly. Some astrologers can do it nicely, some astrologers can't do it nicely. Like we have a good doctors and bad doctors. Some who are really good can do it so accurately and so nicely for you. Then, okay, why this is happening? If my planets are in particular position, because planets, they'll constantly change. Every molecule in the universe is moving. Okay? And depending upon the position of that will be my position here, because my energy and their energy is interacting with each other constantly. Alright? So this is exactly what the energy is. Today there is this new branch of medicine, what we call it as integrative health. It's not a new branch of medicine. This is exactly what we use. We use our modern medicine, maybe allopathic, maybe Ayurvedic, maybe homeopathic. Simultaneously we use energy medicine. We study it, understand it and use it on our patient. Also what is called as a mind-body medicine. Mind-body medicine is just a body and mind, while energy is everything. Everything comes into this energy. All that you got to do is, you got to learn how you can utilize your energy properly. You have seen your energy, okay? Energy medicine is one of the most renowned branches of medicine all over the world for centuries. Okay, it is now that we are also understanding it, science is understanding it, and we are studying it. In USA it is called biofilm. In Hindu we call it prana, pranayam and all that thing, okay? In China it is called qi or qi, and in French it is called ilan vital. Japan they call it ki, Jewish call it ruh, and Ayurveda they call it doshas. This is actually the energy. And you have seen so many people doing energy healing. Okay, when you were small, the mother must have taken you to some old lady who just does something and you feel good. You feel good. I don't challenge that they are not feeling it. You feel absolutely good. Okay. So your mind, as you have seen, is a broadcasting station. It is constantly giving out the energy to everything around. All that you got to do is start becoming conscious of it. Okay. So your mind transmits in two ways. One is through the mind to the brain, through the nerves to your body. This is one connection where you see all your peripheral nerves and all, okay, which you are studying in your medicine books, and a direct transmission. Direct transmission. You put your electrodes on your skull. You do EEG, electroencephalogram, and pick up those waves. Simultaneously today, there's a hood. You don't touch the body. You are sleeping like this, and the hood is kept above your head, and all those electrodes are connected on the hood, and the hood picks up the same waves. Okay, so this itself proves you that your brain is transmitting from here outside. Your brain is like a transmitting power station. It's like a transmitting tower, like your electronic tower. Your phone travels, your internet tower transmits signals to you, your radio tower. The same way your brain is transmitting energy to the whole universe, and we don't know how far it can travel. If it can travel and be affected by the planets, you know how powerful you are if you learn this energy. And there are lots of these energy healers. They just don't do anything. They just push their hands over your body and you are cured. There are instances where the cancers have been cured. There are instances where the paralysis has been cured. Just by praying. They don't just move the hand like this. They hold the energy. You can hold. Once you start going deeper and deeper into this energy, you can hold this energy yourself. You can hold this energy, and you can actually use it to heal yourself. You can streamline your energy. Disease is where the energy is not correct. Energy has to flow constant. This is a constant flow. If it is in one direction, flow through the body and flow outside the body, you have no disease. When you are stuck, your energy comes here and here it is stuck. You have cancer here, or you have stroke here, you have a tumor here. There the energy is stuck. You can actually hold this up, and if you can develop that practice, one of you can become an energy healer tomorrow. You can feel this up. It needs a lot of, you need to practice inside it. You don't become a doctor overnight, isn't it? Okay? But if you learn this yourself, okay, hold it up, feel this up, and as you feel it over your body, first thing you have to streamline your body energy. All the diseases vanish. And secondly, if there is something, you can use the same energy to actually cure yourself. Cure yourself. And that is energy healing. And you can all do it. And when this is being happening, you can see the warmth in your body automatically. Somebody is not touching you, but your body is, hair are standing erect. Okay? Your area is warm. You can feel it yourself. So this is, I know I can't make you an expert in energy healing, but I'm just opening your eyes to a situation called you are a ball of energy. And till the time this energy is playing correctly, you are healthy. The moment this energy is disturbed, you are sick. And you can rectify this energy by studying it. People who have studied, they just put their hands over you and you are perfectly okay. And I told you, you must have experienced this as a child. Your, what do you call it, distakatta, you know. They use different terms for it. So basically she has learned how to streamline your body energy through the use of your own hands. So this is just a practical science. It is not something awkward, or it is not something which is difficult. So you are the creator of yourself. You can heal any disease with your own power. And of course, another thing you need to be staying healthy is everything needs a physical exercise. You take your car, put it in a garage for 6 months, and then go to put it on. Does it start? Okay? You move it every day, you take a drive and come, nothing happens. So every joint in our body needs a daily movement. Every muscle needs a movement. Every cartilage needs a movement. Okay? And everything, your brain needs movement, brain needs exercise. The way your body needs exercise, your brain needs exercise. Your lung needs exercise. Your heart needs exercise. You have started doing cardio, you heard about cardio. What are cardio? Exercises for betterment of your heart. So the heart needs exercise, so also your lung needs exercise. So everything needs exercise, and this is just not enough. You've got so many organs inside. You've got your cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla, pons, and your peripheral nerves. All of them need to be in balance with each other. So keeping a balance is very, very important. And how will you keep a balance to yourself? You have to practice it. Learn to stay on your one feet. Every day start practicing this, both the sides. See how much you can practice, a few minutes, few seconds. Okay? Learn, just simply, just do this and stand yourself on one leg. Let's see how many of you can stand yourself all on. Try it yourself. Just stand on one leg yourself. Just practice. Okay? This is a balance. Develop this balance. When you do it, what is happening? Your cerebrum, both the hemisphere, your cerebellum, medulla oblongata, the connections, they are all made to work together. Tomorrow when you become old and you just slip somewhere and you fall down, you will fall down with a thud and you break your femur bone. And if you learn that, keep that balance all the time inside you, somewhere you will know how to balance yourself and you will not fall down that seriously. And another thing, every alternate day patient will come with, I am swinging, I am getting giddiness. After 60, everybody starts complaining of giddiness. Okay? And what is giddiness? It is an imbalance of all these organs to be working together. Alright? So physical exercise is not just running, not just going to gym, or not just doing treadmill. Each one of them will give you different benefits, and you have to try and do everything. Just smiling with each other. Just making others feel good about you. If I want to feel good, if I want to do something good to you, I need to feel good about you. I need to feel that it is automatically transmitted. If I have something bad about you, whatever I do, you will start feeling, you will start getting bad vibes. Vibes is not, vibrations we call it, is not just a vague word. Whatever is in your mind, the other person will always know it correctly. Unless that person is such a person who interprets it differently. So if you need to live together like a one family, all of us need to think good about others. When I think good about you, automatically you will learn those waves, you will get those waves, and you will start thinking good about me. Alright? So let's try and summarize a few things and go home with something in mind here. Okay? First thing is, what do we learn? Visualization. What is visualization? Is to see what you want with your mind, and see it in the best possible way. Don't be afraid of doing something more. I want so much. What do you lose if you visualize that, if you dream about it? Okay? So that is the first thing. If you don't visualize, you will achieve nothing in your life. It's only people who visualize will create something in their life. I've told you, Pele's interview, I've told you. I've told you Milka Singh, what happens. This is exactly what happens to you if you do not, for anything that you do, visualize the end result. Feel that end result. Put it in your mind and start working that way. You will never ever fail in getting what you want. Okay? In anything, I just showed you a few examples here. These are just something to be shown. Very easy for me to show. You visualize what is going on in your life. Okay, so visualization is required for anything that you do around. Okay. Second thing is to believe. If you don't believe that you are good, you cannot be good. And a lot of our parents, that ability that I am not good is put inside your mind right at that the theta stage of your life, up to 7 years. You do something, doesn't happen, you have broken your toy, mother shouts at you, "Whoa, what are you doing? You're good for nothing." Okay? And this little good for nothing you keep in your mind, and you are actually sabotaging your own growth because you believe you are good for nothing. Never ever frighten your children. Okay? Always encourage them irrespective of how many mistakes they do. Just remember how many mistakes you must have done as a child. Okay? So encouragement. This is the only word which is there for, especially in your profession now. Just do what is good to them. Appreciation and encouragement. Nobody will ever fail in their life. Appreciate and encourage. Appreciate anybody, even your backbencher who doesn't do homework for the whole week. Appreciate him indifferently and show him directions differently. And third is repeat. Repeat and repeat. It has to happen. If I keep on telling you, you are good, you are beautiful, 100 times, you will automatically change your body. If I start telling you, you are bad, automatically you will become the same. So as teachers, say that you only appreciate whoever it is, however bad he does. Okay? And if you want to use it on yourself, at what time are you going to change this? You make a mantra for yourself. What mantra you are going to do? Mahamrityunjay Jap. You do a mantra of what you want to be. All of you want to be rich yourself. Make that mantra. I am rich. Don't say I want to be rich. I am rich. All of you want to be, say, young. I am young. Say, I am strong. You want yourself to be strong. If somebody comes, you should say, I am strong and I am healthy. Just make this small mantra for you. I'm rich, I'm young, I'm strong, I'm healthy. Keep on saying it to yourself thousands of times a day. Especially at what time? At your theta time. Just when you are about to sleep or just when you are getting up. At your theta time. And I'm telling you, all of you will get all that you want in your life. Then energy healing, understand your energy and understand that you are a ball of energy. As you walk through, your energy is spread along. You are creating those waves. You know, you always heard about personalized spaces, na? What is personalized spaces? In this space of mine, my waves are so strong that you suddenly walk inside it, I may not accept it. That's why when you want to go to somebody, you take permission, go inside, go step by step, and then you try to touch the person, or you try to come close to the person, so that you reach from one step to another step and slowly enter that person's personal space. Each one of us has a personal space. Personal space is a space where our waves are too intense. You can actually see them. Anything outside this, I won't be able to show you, at least right now. Okay? So that is important, and learn this energy healing. Power breathing is easy for all of you to practice. You can practice it any time, after food, before food, any time. But don't do it if you are driving. Because when you are actually into that power breathing, you may feel tipsy. You may feel little giddy. So don't do it when you are driving. Otherwise, any time you can do it. Any time. Okay? And your physical activities. And if you carry on your life with this, I'm sure all of you should be able to have a much, much better life. And do whatever you are aspiring to do in your life. Have that guts to say, I want this. Nobody will give you anything unless you ask for it. You will not get a leave even if you don't ask for it, isn't it? You want to leave tomorrow, you have to ask for it. Anything in your life, if you want to get, you have to first ask for it. Don't say, oh, I have got nothing in my life. There are situations where you have not asked for anything. How can somebody give you anything? You go to temple and tell God, I'll give you 5 rupees, you give me this. So first thing is you have to ask for it. Okay? You can go home and practice something right now, right today. All that you got to do is go on these steps. Go on the right steps, go on proper steps. So we do a lot of things, we get motivated today. You go home and you will forget everything. How many satsang you must have attended with your parents, isn't it? Nothing is coming up into your life, into your practicing life. That is because your subconscious mind is not altered. Unless you alter your subconscious mind, you will not manage to do anything. What are these miracles of spontaneous remissions? Have you heard about some cancers being healed spontaneously? Everybody has given up. Doctors have done their best. No, he said, this is the last stage cancer, we can't do anything, you got 3 years to live. And suddenly you got 3 months to live. And suddenly one day after 3 years you find that man walking in front of you, hale and hearty. Number of examples of this is there inside. How do they do it? Have you heard, at least known some examples? How have they been healed? See, whatever we talk about healing, maybe allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, and all the siddhas, and everyone who has learnt it will know this is the best way. Our problem is we have learnt it and we are stopped at that level. We haven't learned what a human being is. We haven't learned the science of your life. We haven't learned the science of a human life or any life. We are not different from anybody into this into the whole universe. All of us are connected to each other through our energy. Okay? And when you understand this, everything becomes one. All these medicines are actually, if something goes, none of the medicines make you live your good life. Whatever something goes wrong, you go and heal that part. Like you have a car, there's a noise coming up, you go and remove that screw which is loose, make it tight. Okay? The same thing happens with all these medicines. Whatever it is, there's nothing called, only thing, yes, allopathy has got people spending more and more money today, so they push in little bit more towards you and make you do it, like the way we are getting vaccinated today. Okay? No doctor is asking you to get vaccinated, but the government is forcing you, blackmailing you to get vaccinated. Blackmailing you. If you don't vaccinate, you will not be able to move out. Isn't it? I don't think any doctor is going to has been telling you, go and vaccinate. So they are doing it with the money power. They are making money, they are doing it. The more they do it, the more money they make it. So that's not science. That's definitely not science. Today I saw a patient whose heart was so badly damaged because of vaccine. Fortunately, somebody sent him to me. Otherwise, in the next 2 or 3 months, that 39-year-old boy would have just collapsed somewhere in the market and we would have labeled it as a sudden death. Heart was that badly damaged. Fortunately, he came and we know how to find it out. Where no one today even tries to do it. Alright? Harmony outside will make harmony inside, because outside and inside is same. You are just a ball of energy. If your energy is here is moved out, energy inside will move out. If you keep on fighting with each other in a group or hating each other, you'll find yourself falling sick. Okay? So because we are just vibration, we are just energy, and the whole universe is connected to each other. What is this? Spirituality is the science of living better. What is spirituality? Is the ability to stabilize your energy vis-a-vis the universe. You call yourself as a part of universe, be a part of universe, be a better part of universe. That is spirituality. Okay? Yes, spirituality will change your biology, because every thought will change your biology. Mind's perception of the world changes the biology inside. The way I look at the world will change my biology inside. Will it or will it not? I've just shown you a nice slide. When I'm angry and sad, I have corticosteroids, adrenaline and noradrenaline flooding into my systems and doing all the damage. When I'm happy and relaxed and joyful, I have all this serotonin, dopamine and all these hormones floating in, flooding into my system, changing my biology. So if your biology has to be changed to good, start just thinking good about you and about anything and everything into this world. You are exactly what you eat, obviously. You are exactly how much you exercise, and you are exactly what you think. The whole life revolves just around these three words: what you eat, what you exercise, and what you think. The whole medicine or the whole science is in these three words. Okay, falling in love. What happens when you are really falling in love? Have you seen that? What happens when today you suddenly fall in love with somebody? I'm sure those who have fallen in love have experienced this. The whole world looks to be the heaven. Any car going around also looks to be good. Any flower there, it looks to be something great. Any good scent, you start floating. Even if you touch that person, you start feeling something different inside. Even if that person's hair comes on your body, you will go home and preserve that hair. So you see what happens to you at that moment. And if you learn to be in or same thing happens when you go on a honeymoon trip. So if your whole life the person is same, but 1 year after that, you are breaking each other's heads. And say, I can't even stay with you for one moment, I walk away. So learn this. Change yourself and learn this, okay? Be in love with everybody every day. Mind government is Mind is your government. Your mind is a government of your body. If your government is in harmony or disharmony or chaos or violence or jealousy, you know what happens. Okay? You know what is happening into the world with various governments. Because they are not in harmony, so the state or the country is not in harmony. So your mind is your government. Stress hormones. Stress hormones stop the growth process. What is growth process? See, each cell inside our body will die and will be replaced by a new cell. You have a skin here, within 6 weeks, each cell dies and a new cell comes up and replaces that function. As that cell dies out, what dies out is, as that cell passes its consciousness to the next cell, the next cell behaves exactly like the first cell. If the first cell is a cancer cell, the next cell will also be a cancer cell. If the first cell in your skin is a black cell, the next cell will be a black cell. If the dying cell is an old cell, the next cell also is an old cell. Why? It passes on this consciousness to that cell. It gives up its consciousness. That cell dies. It has no consciousness. It has no life. That consciousness is passed on to the next cell. Along with that, the whole memory of that cell is passed on. It's like one hard disk. You put this hard disk into a computer. Okay? Your computer will behave as per that hard disk. So this memory is passed on to this. This cell behaves exactly like the cell prior to it. So start learning a little bit what we call it as a consciousness. And once you know how to differentiate between this consciousness, you will start giving a value to this so-called body. And then you will have a much, much better life to live in. Genetic control. No, these are the few diseases which are actually given to you by your genes. Okay? Hemophilia, Friedreich's ataxia, sickle cell anemia, Marfan syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, hemochromatosis and Huntington's disease. These are the only diseases which today we know are directly transmitted by the genes. These are genetic diseases. Rest all other diseases are acquired diseases. And acquired through environment, acquired through the way we interact with our surroundings, and our surrounding means surrounding people, your parents and everyone interacts with you. That is what leads to the diseases, okay? Just 1% of the risks are connected to the genes. And this control of this gene today, we call it as this is a big science which is coming up called as an epigenesis. Okay? In the last century, all of us talked about so much about genes everywhere. Okay? Now we know the genes can be easily controlled, and this is the science of epigenesis. Okay? Biology of belief. Okay? You try and learn this book. Try and read this book, Biology of Belief, written by your Bruce Lipton. He's a living scientist still, but one of the greatest cellular scientists, okay? He's the one who created this branch of epigenetics. He's the one who worked on the stem cell right from the beginning, okay? Change of biology by change of environment. If you want to live, if you want to have a good biology, you change your environment, because it's easy for us to change the environment. It's difficult for us to change man internally, but environment can be changed. Okay? See, even when the earth changes its position in relation to the moon and others, you find having different seasons, isn't it? So when earth goes to the North Pole or South Pole, the environment is different. So you have different seasons. When earth comes closer to equator, environment is different. Okay? You know very well about placebo and nocebo effect. If I go to a doctor and I have faith in doctor, whatever the doctor gives, I'll be all right. If If I go to the same doctor and I don't like the doctor, doctor may give me correct medicine, I will not be all right. Okay, that is nocebo effect. Okay, thank you.